In this lesson, let's see what measures XRP Ledger has in place to avoid spamming of the ledger. The first thing which comes to mind is rate limiting. So let's read that. The RippleD server limits the rate at which API clients can make requests on public API. Rate limiting is based on the IP address of the client. And also note that rate limiting does not apply when the client is connected as an admin. That is, you have installed the RippleD server locally on your machine and you are the admin. In that case, rate limiting doesn't apply to you. When a client is approaching the rate limit, the server adds the field warning, which has a value load at the top level of an API response. This warning is not added to every response, but the server may send several such warnings before it disconnects a client. So here you have it. If your client exceeds the rate limit, it gets disconnected. Also, the WebSocket and JSON RPC APIs use different disconnect messages. Okay, this is the first level of security to avoid spamming of the ledger. Another important feature which helps fight against spamming of the ledger is the ledger's reserve requirements. Well, this is probably the most misunderstood concept in the community, especially with new members. So let's see why it's been implemented the way it has been implemented. First of all, let's see why there is reserve requirement. It all boils down to this paragraph. Unlike Bitcoin and many other cryptocurrencies, each new version of the XRP Ledger's public ledger chain, which just means this is called new version of XRP Ledger, and the whole thing we are displaying here is from the public ledger chain. So this individual ledgers are new version of XRP Ledger, okay? So with that understanding, let me read it once again. Unlike Bitcoin and many other cryptocurrencies, each new version of the XRP Ledger's public ledger chain contains the full state of the ledger, which increases in size with each new account. Because each account has its own object, like let me show you. If an account has an escrow, it has an escrow object. If it has payment channel, it has payment channel object. So you already know the Ripple state, which contains the state of your trust lines and many other such objects. We will look at it in more detail as and when we discuss escrow, payment channels, checks, etc. So for this reason, you should not create new XRP Ledger accounts unless necessary. And you can recover some of the account's base reserve, that is account activation reserve, by deleting your account from XRP Ledger. Of course, you will have to pay a special fee which is equal to owner reserve to delete your account from XRP Ledger. So there are two types of reserves in XRP Ledger, that is base reserve or account reserve and owner reserve. The base reserve or account reserve is the number of XRP you transfer to an mathematically generated XRP address to activate it on XRP Ledger, and the owner reserve is the number of XRP you reserve whenever you add a new object to your account. This is a little hard to explain, but we have already seen Ripple state, that is adding a trust line to your account. Whenever you add a trust line to your account, you reserve 2 XRP. As of now, owner reserve is 2 XRP. Whenever you remove the trust line, you'll get back that amount of that many XRP back to your main balance, that is spendable balance. That is how base reserve or account reserve and owner reserve works. So let me show that to you here. Creating an account. The first time you receive XRP at your own XRP Ledger address, at your own, not some exchange account or something like that, your own XRP Ledger account, you must pay the account reserve currently, which is 10 XRP, which locks up that amount of XRP indefinitely. You will only get most of this base reserve when you delete your account from XRP Ledger. Well, let me show that to you. An account delete transaction deletes an account and any objects it owns in the XRP Ledger if possible, sending the account's remaining XRP to a specified destination account. We know that already. but what I'm looking for is, okay, this one. Account delete must destroy at least owner reserve amount, which is currently 2 XRP. As we saw in previous video that some transaction has special transaction cost, and account delete is such a special transaction, to execute which we need to destroy at least 2 XRP, which is equivalent to owner reserve. I keep saying this for base reserve as of now 10 XRP and for owner reserve as of now 2 XRP. To know the current reserves, you need to use this server info command and fetch the information from this field, which has reserve base XRP, which is 10 XRP as of now, and this is owner reserve, which is 2 XRP as of now. So make sure to fetch the information from this command always. Do not hard code this, because these reserve requirements are bound to change with voting and consensus stuffs in a decentralized manner. So it's always better to fetch the information from this command and never hard code these stuffs. And then the transaction cost. We already discussed about transaction cost in a separate video, but let's read a paragraph here because it's very relevant to the topic of discussion now. To protect the XRP ledger from being disrupted by spam and denial of service attacks, each transaction must destroy a small amount of XRP. This transaction cost is designed to increase along with the load on the network. This is very important. The transaction cost is designed to increase along with the load of the network, making it very expensive to deliberately or inadvertently overload the network. So if somebody wants to spam the network, they'll have to pay a huge cost for it because of this thing, that is the transaction cost is designed to increase along with the load on the network. So this is how XRP Ledger is designed to protect against ledger spamming. So while explaining all this, some of you might have thought exchanges have thousands of users. Does that mean exchanges activate so many XRP addresses by paying the base reserve? That's not true. XRP Ledger has a specific feature for exchanges, that is gateways. It's called destination tag, and we will look at it in a separate video shortly. Before ending this video, I want to play a short clip which is from some onboarding videos series. It's a short video but still have managed to explain about avoiding ledger spamming in a very effective way. So I'll end this video with that clip.
Many blockchains have free accounts and high transaction fees. The XRP Ledger's fee model is different. The XRP Ledger has low transaction fees. However, creating a new account requires a one-time deposit. This one-time deposit, also known as account activation deposit, becomes locked into the account on the XRP Ledger. Later, if you delete the on-ledger account, most of the deposit will be returned to you. To activate your new sum account, you must receive an initial payment from either another XRP Ledger account or your exchange account. This first payment to your account includes the account opening minimum deposit. This minimum deposit is held on the XRP Ledger according to the XRP Ledger's internal rules. No one earns money on this deposit, which is intended to prevent the creation of spam accounts. If the minimum deposit wasn't mandatory, attackers could waste resources by creating thousands of accounts no one will ever use. Your account activation deposit will be locked in the blockchain and will remain locked until you delete your XRP Ledger account on the blockchain. As long as your account is active, you cannot spend or transfer the minimum deposit amount. The minimum deposit is also known as the account reserve.